I made 3 players on every single franchise in the NHL a 99 overall. 96 players later, and we have finally completed. It took me like 2 hours to go through every single franchise and up 3 players to a 99. So we start off with Anaheim. We got McTavish, Jacob Trouba, and Troy Terry. We move on to the Boston Bruins. We got Marshy, Zadorov, and Pasternak. The Buffalo Sabres have Rasmus Dahlin, the workhorse from Whitehorse, and Dylan Cousins, and TNT Thompson. Calgary has Tyson Barrie, Nazem Kadri, and Jonathan Huberdeau. The Carolina Hurricanes, Brent Burns, Sebastian Aho, and Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Chicago will have Taylor Hall, Seth Jones, and Connor Bedard. For Colorado, in honor of Rantanen getting traded, he's up there at a 99, as well as McKinnon and Valerie Nichushkin. Columbus has Bruce Jenner, one of the Kardashian members, Sean Monahan, and Zach Werenski. The Dallas Stars got Duchesne, Sagan, and Ilya Lyubushkin. I don't think anybody has ever said Ilya Lyubushkin is my favorite player, so we're going to give him a little bit of love during this video. Up to a 99. Detroit's got Patty Kane, Andrew Koch, and Mo Sider. The Oilers will have Evan Bouchard, Zach Hyman, and Connor McDavid. For Florida, we got Sam Reinhart, Alexander Barkov, and Sam Bennett. The LA Kings got Kopitar, Doughty, and Warren Foegele. Former Edmonton Oiler. Minnesota got Kaprizov, Zuccarello, and Brock Faber. Le Montreal will have Patty Laine, Fortnite Laine, Arbor Jackeye, Wi-Fi, and Mr. Headfake himself, Lane Hudson. For Nashville, we got Stammer, Luke Shen, and Ryan O'Reilly. Mr. Tim Hortons, please tell me somebody remembers him crashing into a Tim Hortons way back in like 2016. The Devils will have Hamilton, Luke Hughes, and Jack Hughes, all at a 99. For the Islanders, we got Adam Pelech, Anthony Duclair, and Matty Barzell. Moving on to the Rangers, Keandre Miller, Alex Lafreniere, and of course, the greatest of all time, Matt Rempe, Claude Giroux, Drake Batherson, and Brady Tkachuk. For the Ottawa Senators, Nicholas Deslauriers, Matvei Mishkov, and Owen Tippett. For Philly. For Pittsburgh, I had to go with the big 3 with Letang, Malkin, and Crosby, the 3 OGs that have been together for like 17, 18 seasons at this point. San Jose will have Max Celebrini, Logan Couture, and the best Game 7 defenseman of all time, Game 7 Cody Ceci, baby. We got Larson, Eberle, and McCann. For Seattle. Moving on to St. Louis, Dylan Holloway, Jordan Kyrou, and Philip Broberg, all at a 99. Braden Point, Nick Paul, and Nikita Kucherov. For Tampa Bay. For Toronto, we got Johnny T, Morgan Riley, the greatest defenseman of all time, top 5 D-man in the league, and of course, Mitch Marner. The newest franchise in Utah will have Cooley, Gunther, and Keller, all at a 99 overall. Vancouver will have Bambi on skates, Tyler Myers himself, Quinn Hughes, and Elias Pettersson, because he is better than JT Miller, but do not let Miller know that. He might go ahead and bang his wife yet again. Vegas will have Pietrangelo, Shea Theodore, and Jack Eichel. We move on to Washington. Obviously had to be Ovi, Tom Wilson, and Dylan Strome. And finally, with the Winnipeg Jets, Adam Lowry, their captain, Mark Scheifele, because he destroyed Jake Evans back in 21, and then Cole Perfetti to round it out. It is very simple. We're going to do what we do every single time, and that is simulate and see who goes on and wins the Stanley Cup. If you guys do enjoy NHL content like this, make sure you leave a like on the video, as well as subscribe to the channel, as I post and go live pretty much every single day. So at the end of the season, the Dallas Stars with Ilya Lyubushkin will finish as the best team, winning the President's Trophy 53-19-10, 116 points. Followed by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Calgary was very good. Winnipeg was up there. Seattle's in the top 5. Vancouver top 6. And the worst team, no, the Colorado Avalanche, as if things couldn't get any worse with losing Mikko Rantanen. They're going to be the worst team in the NHL, followed by the Boston Bruins and the Columbus Blue Jackets. The young buck Macklin Celebrini will lead the NHL in scoring with 141 points, followed by Crosby's 139. Logan Couture had 134, by far a career high, followed by Evgeny Malkin's 134. Matvei Mishkov had 130, Batherson 130. Yeah, so these statistics are going to be insane considering how many 99 overalls are in the game or in the league right now. I mean, it's 96 players that are now literally as high as you can go. So the scoring definitely saw an uptick, and the most goals will go to none other than Patrick Fortnite Laine, who had 71, followed by Patty Kane, 67. Stammer put up 64. Mishkov as a rookie had 63. Celebrini had 61 as a rook. Logan Couture was great. Nazem Kadri, 61. Geno Malkin is going to turn back the clock, even though he's 38 years old. Anthony Duclair with 59. Mark Scheifele, 58. So it's pretty much everybody that I up to a 99 that was at the top here. Taylor Hall is back into MVP form. Although, with how good everybody else is around him, he wouldn't really be considered an MVP. Honestly, in this NHL, he might just be a decent player at this point. For the goalies, we got Jake Ottinger leading the league in wins. He had 44, followed by Vasi's 42. Hellebuck had 40 on the shutout side. It will go to Sergei Bobrovsky leading the way with 6, although he didn't have the greatest stats with a .902 save percentage and a .310 GAA. And here we go in the postseason. We got some interesting matchups. Toronto versus Detroit. That will be a show. Philly versus Pittsburgh is always a gong show. Somehow my Edmonton Oilers did not even make the playoffs. That's really alarming, but nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and see who takes home the Stanley Cup. Well, you guys saw, as soon as you saw Toronto there in round number 1, you knew it was going to 7. Detroit up 3-0 after 1, 6-0 after 2, and the Toronto Maple Leafs look like they are in full playoff form as they are getting dominated by the Detroit Red Wings in a Game 7. They got their ass handed to them 7-3. And yet again, another Game 7 first-round exit. We got another Game 7 here in the first round between Seattle and Vancouver. And Seattle up 3-0 entering the third period. The Cucks are at a free fall right now. Mahura, Eberle, and Schwartz are going to score on Thatcher Demko. There we go. Pius Suter gets them back to within 2. A power play for Vancouver. Can they capitalize? They do. Elias Pettersson makes it a 1-goal game with, never mind, Chandler Stevenson extends the lead back to 2 with 5 minutes to go in the third period. 1-goal game, Pius Suter. They are trading goals back and forth, and Forbert will tie the game up. All right, we're going to hop in here for the first overtime frame. Hopefully we see an overtime winner here in Game 7 of round number 1 between Seattle and Vancouver. No shots on goal, so it looks like the EA score clock, the new one they just added into the game, is not even working. Jared McCann, back to Vince Dunn, over to Larson, over to Eberle. Vince Dunn shooting. What a howitzer from the point, lad. Come on, Quinn Hughes, you're the captain. Gotta levant your team. Oh no, Tyler Myers, Bambi on skates, horrible turnover. Demko's probably not going to end up playing that. I really can't believe that Vancouver right now, I mean, everybody almost, I'm not going to say they're on par, but everybody has a fighting chance now with like 3 overalls on their team. They have a good enough squad to do some damage, unless you're the Colorado Avalanche, that is. Brock Besser over Pettersson. He skies it wide. He was trying to hit a home run like Jose Bautista back in 2016. He wanted the bat flip. Vince Dunn turns it over. Vince Dunn regains it, though. Back to Larson. Down low to Jordan Eberle, former Edmonton Oiler as well. Also currently a 99 overall in the NHL 25 video game. Tolvanen. Back to Dunn. Over. Larson. Stevenson. Nice save by Demko. Full pressure for Seattle. Vince Dunn ripping it. One more shot on net is all it's going to take. Over. Vince Dunn shooting. Rebound. Oh my God. What a save by Thatcher Demko. How did that not go in? The dude had no energy. Full pressure by Seattle, and they still could not get it done. Tolvanen to Stevenson. Chandler Stevenson rocks one, but it goes wide over to Garland. Connor Garland up to Philip Peronic. Where are the 99s at? Get the 99s out on the ice, lad. Over to Danton Heinen. Over Desharnais. Desharnais game winner in Game 7. Get the hell out of here. What an overtime period we have. Vince Dunn, where are you going? Toe drag in his own end in overtime in Game 7. Holy hell, who taught you how to play hockey, bud? You definitely did not have a coach down your throat. Schwartz coming in. Come on, Jaden Schwartz. You got to shoot that puck, buddy. You got to shoot that puck. Shots are 45-32 for Seattle right now. And we only got 6 minutes to go. We got to get an overtime winner. Montour over to Eberle, getting board played on the wall. Jordan Eberle. The Seattle Kraken having a tough time getting out of their own end right now. Jarrett McCann. Here we go. Seattle coming down. Toe drag. McCann waiting. Oh my God, Jarrett McCann. Here we go. We got a 2-on-2 back the other way. Connor Garland over to Danton Heinen. Shot on net. There's a rebound. There is a rebound to be had, but Seattle definitely recovers. McCann to Jaden Schwartz. Coming on in is Jaden Schwartz. Over to Evans. Is that Jake Evans that got killed by Mark Scheifele in 2021? I didn't know he was still in the NHL. I literally have not heard a word from that man since he got murdered by Mark Scheifele. Back to the point. Mahura. Oh my God. Jason Mahura, overtime winner in Game 7. And the Seattle Kraken are off to round number 2 as they defeat Vancouver in a 7-game series in round number 1. We now move on to round number 2. The matchups are set. We got Dallas, Winnipeg, Seattle, Anaheim, New York, Philly, Tampa, and Detroit. The Final 4 playoff series. Who's going on to the conference finals? Anaheim has the possibility to do something they haven't done since, what, 2017? Go to the conference finals. They're up 3-2 over Seattle first period. They are down by 1. Second period, down by 3. And Seattle will win the hockey game 3-1. And force a Game 7. No, yeah, Game 7. A lone Game 7 of round number 2. The Ducks versus the Crackheads. 2-0 first period for the Kraken. Eberle and Vince Dunn. Second period, they are leading 3-0. Let's see if Anaheim can have some sort of a comeback. We know Vancouver did it in the last Game 7, where they definitely played their hearts out, but ended up losing. There we go. Troy Terry gets them on the board on Joey Daccord. It's still a 3-1 hockey game, though. They are down by 3. 5 minutes to go. Things are not looking good for the Ducks, as it looks like Seattle is advancing to the conference finals for the first time in their franchise's history. And then there were 4. We have Winnipeg versus Seattle, Tampa Bay versus New York. Who is moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals? The Winnipeg Jets are 1 win away from the Stanley Cup Finals. First period, we got a 1-1 tie. Tola Vainen and Gabe Vilardi. Second period, all right. We got ourselves a game. Borkstrand, Kakko, Kyle Connor, and Sandberg all knotted up at 3. Never mind. Jamie Oleksiak will give Seattle the lead on Connor Hellebuck as they try to force a Game 7. Damn, the goalies have been trash in this game. Very low shooting game. Nonetheless, it's a pretty high scoring one at that. We got 7 goals in the game. 5 minutes to go here in the period. The Seattle Kraken trying to force a Game 7. And that is exactly what they are going to do. Now, before we head into a Game 7, I would like to mention that the New York Rangers absolutely dominated Tampa in 5 games. There wasn't a point of really tracking that series. They await the winner in the Stanley Cup Final between Winnipeg and Seattle. Here we go. Game 7, first period. 2-0 lead for the Kraken. Matty Beniers and Jordan Eberle. The Crackheads are going off. Second period, 4-1 lead. What is with Seattle and dominating in a Game 7? Mark Scheifele makes it a game, though. It is only a 1-goal affair. Nemestikov on Joey Daccord. 4-3 shots are 34-29 for the Winnipeg Jets as Mark Scheifele will tie the game up at 4. It was once 4-1. Leaf fans, you guys know exactly what Seattle is feeling right now in a Game 7. Here we go. Game 7. Conference finals, overtime after Seattle was leading 4-1. This is their 3rd straight Game 7. Their asses have to be exhausted right now. I mean, 3 straight Game 7s is kind of crazy. Jarrett McCann coming in. Eberle shooting. Nice save by Hellebuck. I did not up Hellebuck to a 99 overall. It's going to be tough. Eberle again. Jordan Eberle, game winner, series winner, 2nd of the night. And the Seattle Kraken are off to the Stanley Cup Finals. The very first time in franchise history. 3 Game 7s in the Western Conference just to get there. They fought tooth and nail. And now they're going to play the Rangers in a best of 7 for the Stanley Cup. And then there were 2. Seattle versus New York. Winner take all for the Stanley Cup. A best of 7. Let's see who comes out on top. Well, the Seattle Kraken are leading 3-1 in the Stanley Cup Finals, trying to capture their first in franchise history. We get a 2-2 tie. What is with Seattle building a lead and then it fading away? Jarrett McCann on Igor Shesterkin, regaining the lead for Seattle here in game number 5 on home ice as well. You know that building is rocking. They want to win their first cup in franchise history. We got, oh my God, we got ourselves a tie game. Mika DJ Zibanejad will tie things up for the Rangers, potentially headed to overtime yet again. Here we go. The Stanley Cup is on the line for Seattle. Obviously, they lose. They just go back to New York. It's not really a lot of pressure on them right now. It will become... Did Keandre Miller just try to go for a hip check? I don't think I've ever seen the computers go for a hippie. Over. We know Jordan Eberle. He scored the series winner against... who was it in the conference finals? I completely forget. Rempe. Matt Rempe. 99 overall Rempe is probably going to be a monster, dude. I'm not even going to lie. He's 6'5" out there. Looks like a giant. He's basically General Zod from NHL 14. Come on, Eberle. Jordan Eberle dumps the puck in deep. Seattle's got to get a forecheck going here, boys. Come on, full attack. Stop playing passive. Stop playing like you don't want to lose. Play to win, not to lose. Vince Dunn up to McCann. I'm full on cheering for Seattle. We've basically watched their entire playoff run. McCann. Why did Jared McCann not shoot that? Schwartz. McCann. Back to Larson. Larson tees one up, and there it is. Adam Larson will have the golden goal as the Seattle Kraken will go all the way. They had 3 Game 7s just to play in the Stanley Cup Finals, and they just completely dominated the Rangers in 5 games. A quick series. They're going to win their first cup in franchise history, and they're going to win it on home ice. You see all those banners in the background? There's going to be a Stanley Cup one in the rafters really soon. As Jarrett McCann, 99 overall, 9 goals, 32 points. He is your Conn Smythe winner. This arena is one of the most beautiful in the entire NHL right now. The Seattle Kraken have great jerseys. Great team overall. Not a hated team by any measure. And there it is, the Stanley Cup being raised here in Seattle for the first time for the Crackheads, as they are making franchise history. Former Oiler Jordan Eberle, stand up, baby. Come lift the Stanley Cup. He couldn't get it done with the Oilers. He gets it done with Seattle. As forever, the Kraken are champions. So, funny enough, Artemi Panarin's going to lead the NHL in playoff scoring on a historic playoff dropper, had 10 goals and 35 points in only 21 games. Jarrett McCann had 32. Matt Rempe had 9 goals and 29 points in 21 games. Jordan Eberle was great, putting up 17 goals. How many game winners? He had 6 game-winning goals. I don't know, man. To be honest, I believe Jordan Eberle probably should have got that Conn Smythe trophy. Alex Lafreniere had 28, also 16 goals. Dear Lord. Mark Scheifele was good. Borgstrand had 24. Perfetti, 23. Jaden Schwartz had 21. Who was the best goalie in the postseason? Who posted the best save percentage? The best save percentage was Jake Ottinger. He had 3 shutouts in 10 games and a .936 save percentage. Macklin Celebrini is going to win the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Fortnite Line, the Maurice Richard. Adam Pelech is going to take home the Norris, the Calder, the Celebrini, McCann, the Conn Smythe, Ottinger, the Vezina, and Anze Kopitar will win the Selke. Well, the Seattle Kraken get it done. For the first time in franchise history, they are Stanley Cup champions thanks to Jordan Eberle, Jarrett McCann, and I believe one other being a 99 overall. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you leave some support on it. Subscribe to the channel for more NHL content just like this. And until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.